As long as he lives, the heart of this army cannot be broken. He makes us all proud.
2 more days for May. I got myself 200 subs. If you're watching this, I wanted to say thank you so much. I finally found something. I found a topic, not only that I could get all new and return viewers. Before we begin, I need to specify what's happening. Firstly, my first 100 subscribers, I got it during Christmas. It was my Christmas miracle. However, when January rolls in, at the second week of January, everything kind of went down. Even though it's a temporary struggle, but I continue forward, do what I have to do best. At the same time, I will experiment every different topics to gain not just new viewers, but return viewers. It was grueling, it was hard to balance everything, especially on March, where I'm fasting and having a hard time balancing it, but it didn't stop me. I keep on going because there are some things you have to sacrifice. My sudden realization started at the first week of March. Let me tell you one thing. You know what? Why don't I show you this? Before I begin, I need to show you one video that really put me in a realization. Now this is the one. This is the one that is called Woke Culture and Video Game Dying. From March 2nd until March 5th, 3 days, I got myself 1,700 views, and by March 28th, just 26 days later, I got an extra 200 views, of which I got 7 new subscribers in 3 days. Exactly. First of all, that was a realization I didn't know it would happen. I was shocked because normally it's impossible for me to do it, but I did it, which is why I continue to experiment it. I have another video similar to it that woke is not allowed for some reason, and I tested it and posted on March 16, which is about, say, 2 weeks later, 2 weeks after the first one, and the results was decent. And let me show you. This was uploaded 2 weeks later after the first one that I mentioned. Even though most of these two, the like to dislike ratio isn't that perfect, but I'm trying to show you one thing. This is the one that I posted 2 weeks later from from the previous Is Woke Culture in Gaming Dying. This is the second one, Woke is Not Allowed, or perhaps video games that aren't woke yet. Well, you get the picture. So far, this thing was uploaded on March 16, 2 weeks later, after the previous video that I mentioned. Now, let's see how the reception. 2 new subscribers, that's good. Let's see how far it goes. And it started to peak on March 18th, which is 2 days later, 2 days after it was uploaded. And let's see how far it goes. Let's see until March 30. In 15 days, it got itself 791 views, okay? And by April 6th, how long does that count? Let's see, about a little more than 15, I believe it's about 16 days, either 16 or 17 days, I got myself 800 views. So what does it mean? It means I managed to find a way, or perhaps a topic that I know it's gonna get a lot of attention, but most importantly, I realized one important aspect: consumers' decision. Before I continue this, video games, even in 2023 and 2024, it's not exactly the same. And if you don't know, time of this upload, 60% of gamers are playing games that are either 6 years old, 10 years old, or maybe a decade years old. Because if you don't know, Suicide Squad flopped. Many games that are out, Skull and Bones, gone. What else? Oh, Marvel Spider-Man 2, it sold good, but the ending was disappointment. People want as Peter Parker. And the only games that pretty much is good for a new one is Stellar Blade. Which is why, starting on April 4th, I decided to post my first series that is called Anti-Woke or Non-Woke Video Games. I decided that each video that I post, whether it's anti-woke video games, theory videos, what if, or even commentary, each of those videos have their own individual goals. If it can reach that goals, then mission accomplished. Like for example, my anti-woke video series or non-woke video games, that's a series. The goal for that is consumers' decision, because I know most of my viewers are pretty much gamers, or perhaps they want to buy games for their kids. They want to know what games they can play and what games that are not invoking woke or rejecting identity politics or anything. They want a game that can escape reality. And also at the same time, I wanted to get games that are pretty much shunned, or perhaps even not even attractive, or I would say it is beyond the bottom that many people don't see it. It's just the same as YouTube. There are plenty more small content creators that are overlooked. And similar to video games, there are some games that have been overlooked over the years. So there are many reasons for that, like for example, negative reviews, etc. bad mechanics. Well, you guys get the picture. But despite all that, some of them did not invoke woke. Like, let's take for example King of Fighters. How long does that last? It didn't last long compared to Street Fighter or Tekken, yet it did one thing right. It did not invoke woke, of which I'm gonna be making a video on it very soon. Now, I'm gonna continue forward with my anti-woke video games of anything. Like I said before, if you guys have any video game you want me to make a video on, or perhaps any other recommendation that you have for a video game that is either fun, no identity politics, no woke culture, or SBI involvement, say Sweet Baby Inc., let me know in the comments. And not only that, by the time of this upload, I believe I've already picked myself a PS5 and Stellar Blade. I'm gonna be playing it, but I'm not gonna be making it a video for that in my anti-woke video games. I'm probably gonna wait until at least a month after it's released, because I know some of you who has that game, or perhaps wanted to buy that game, they want to play it, and I don't want to spoil the storylines, okay? Important notice, there's a few things I need to do before I close this. Number one, there's no such thing as modern audience, okay? That doesn't exist. It's just the audience. And most importantly, regardless of what you do, either you're a video game developer or content creator, if you alienated your own fans, the fans that brought you where you are today, guess what happened? They're not gonna support you. Take a look what happened with Volition, Saints Row. They alienated the fans. The Saints Row reboot, I think they alienated the fans. I don't know what happened, but I know that company shuts down. And don't forget, Forspoken, the game flopped, forcing its studios to shut down. This is the state of the video game industry, and people are now rejecting woke. And it was a good thing that Elon Musk, despite most people hated him, when he took over Twitter, everything changes. Not just in every landscape, but in the video game developers. Many gamers are now voicing their concern. Some of them aren't even silenced or even banned from it. I'm pretty much certain some people who cover the Sweet Baby Inc. topic, oh, they're gonna roast them like no tomorrow. Again, I'm gonna be continuing on my anti-woke video game, my non-woke video games. However, for commentary or news, that's gonna be sparingly. If I find topic very interesting, I'll talk about it. But I have a feeling that Stellar Blade, after it's released, it's gonna be still a hot topic at this point. To the Sweet Baby Inc. people and all those people who just want woke in their games, look, I really don't care. You people can criticize me all you want. You can complain about it in Twitter anytime you want. I'm gonna continue on my anti-woke video games, and the series is not gonna stop. Oh wait, guess what? I'm gonna be making anti-woke movies or anti-woke TV shows one day, if I got a chance to, but that's another story. It's been a tough week. It's gonna be a long day for me to get to, a long way ahead to get to 1,000 subscribers. If all goes well, I hope I can make it before either Halloween or Christmas. Fingers crossed. Leave a like and subscribe, and don't forget one thing: go woke, go broke.